Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Hanson. Last week was amazing on Facebook with all of your comments regarding the little girl that I helped who had the head writing issue. Every time she put her hand out, she would fall over. So I wanted to follow back up with that this week and give you a little bit more insight. The assessment for the pediatric population is imperative in our practice. You know, when we were in school, we didn't get much pediatric education. And then when we actually went into the student clinic, we actually took an adult model and we streamed it down to the pediatric population. It's really important that we understand all the information that is available, and I want to help do that. With this little girl, when she came in to see me, I wanted to examine her in her environment. What was she going to do? So one of the things that I did notice is that she was having a difficult time actually getting into the seated position. And then when she put her hand out to the side, in a very short period of time, her body fatigued in gravity and she toppled over. So her nervous system is not adapting in gravity, and that's a very big deal. That's what brings us to pediatric progression. Where did this child leave off in her neurology, and what do we have to do to bring her forward? Well, there were a few exercises that I gave the mom, as well as some cranial adjusting. And it is amazing, in a short period of time, this little girl is actually not wanting to be back on her belly. She actually wants to be up. And that's perfect because now that little baby is demonstrating drive. You know, when I started off in chiropractic, I was very much like you, and I used the chiropractic adjustment for everything. Then one day, I had a really different case come into my office. And when I was actually adjusting this little girl, she became very startled. And I was interested. I was wondering why and what am I going to do, because this is the tool that I have. So I sat back and I started to look at our own vertebral subluxation complex, and I started to break it down. There is a myo component, a kinesio component, a neuro component, and a histo component, and then the patho component. What I did is I looked at the patho component as if this child was already labeled, or if they would be labeled by most medical terms. And I would begin to look at what window can I actually go into in order to change that child's neurology. Then I knew I was headed in the right direction when I could finally give that child a chiropractic adjustment that would not overwhelm their system. And it didn't matter if you were doing an osseous adjustment, an activator adjustment, or even a light touch adjustment. The touch, whether it was light or heavy, caused a startle impulse into that child's neurology. This is what I want to offer you. We have a 1 or 2 day in-house program. It is imperative that doctors of chiropractic know how to assess children. It's also equally important that we have chiropractic continuity, that we're all doing the same things so that we know that all children are being assessed in the manner in which that they're supposed to be assessed. So I really encourage you, how do you know what to do for the children that come into your office? Are you simply looking at a leg length equality? Now, that is a great tool, but that's what guides our chiropractic adjustment. It is not necessarily saying, where is that child's development and what do I need to do as a doctor of chiropractic, a portal of entry doctor, to help this child move forward. Did you know that it's 1 in 6 kids that have some type of altered development? Do you know that it's 1 in 66 right now, and that number keeps going down, who are going to be labeled autistic? We are losing a generation of children. I encourage you to strengthen your assessment tools.